So here we're working on what kind of looks to be a residential freezer. It's being used in a commercial application. Let's see what brand of thing we're working with. Looks like it's got a digital temp zone control, and it looks like it uses a flammable refrigerant, so that's kind of exciting. Oh, it's a good old Criterion from probably Menards. 115 volt R600A for the refrigerant, only 2.47 ounces, so not very much. We're going to slide this thing out and see why it's not cycling on. You can see with this thing currently no sound coming from the compressor. Does not seem to be running at all. It's our old cyclopentane logo. And this is a very wild looking tubing installation on that drain pan. So maybe we're just stuck in a defrost or something. We're going to pull this control off here and see what is in there, but I'm guessing we've got some sort of defrost timer in there. So those screws came out, and we can just kind of pull this box out to here. Should be able to pop this plastic cover off, looks like. And it has a good old circuit board. So that is going to be less straightforward to troubleshoot, unfortunately. That's kind of sad if they've done away with the little mechanical defrost timers that were really easy to troubleshoot and gone to something like this, and it's proprietary and we can only actually fix the actual stuff. I wonder if they're using inverter compressors too, because it's also a pain in the butt. Yeah, see how the terminals are labeled C, S, and M? It should be CSR, common, start, and run, but CSM. Not sure what the M stands for. But we might have to call Criterion and talk to their tech support. So coming out the side of the compressor, there's the 3 pins. Stick out like that. I disconnected the load switch and the other switch. The board's just not sending any power. Talk to the tech support. They think it's the board and they want me to just replace the board. So we're probably going to order a board and try replacing that and see if the unit kicks on again. And the limit switch still letting power through, or has continuity anyway. It's not sending any power anywhere. So that's why we think the board is bad. But he had me check the compressor, and I measured between the S and the C, and I got 6.6. I just wrote it as I measured it. And then between the C and the M we got 3.8, and you should be able to add up those two values and they should equal the third value. It's almost like a leg squared plus leg squared equals hypotenuse squared. If you think about it like a triangle, it can help you remember. But our 6.6 and our 3.8, if you add those together, it equals about 10. And between our S and our M, we had 10.2. So he said that was within tolerance. It means that we don't have some kind of burnt out winding or something. As for who I actually needed to call to get a hold of the right people for Criterion technical support, ended up kind of having to call around for a while to figure out who I actually needed to talk to. So I started by calling Menards. Menards sells the Criterion line of products, and they could not help me figure anything out. If it had been less than a year old, we could have just exchanged it, but it wasn't less than a year old. So then we looked in the booklet that actually came with the unit, and that listed this 1-866-646-4332 number, which is for Medea. So I called Medea, and I wrote this down on here, and talked to one of their people, and they said that I needed to call this 888-748-4248, and then option 1 for the tech support. And that's how I actually got a hold of the people I actually needed to talk to work on this thing. So that tech support guy then was able to help me troubleshoot the circuit. He really didn't actually have that much to offer, except for checking that the compressor was good, which is helpful, and giving me the part numbers for this and for the starter and stuff on the compressor. But it just seems to be the control board because it won't send any power anywhere. He also had me make sure that the like temp controller inside the door was set properly, which there's 2 units here. I guess if it has a problem with the thermistor, it will light up like 2 lights on here. So he didn't think we needed to check any of the thermistors or anything. But yeah, kind of interesting trying to get a hold of them. That'll help you out at least how to get a hold of Criterion technical support. That was my experience. So we're gonna order up a control board for this thing, and hopefully that will actually fix it. But it's worth trying since the compressor is still good and the control board is only like 70 bucks or something. So anyway, hope that you enjoyed the video, and I'll talk to you guys later.